Hey everyone, welcome to your deep dive all about GCSEs. I know it can feel like a pretty big decision, like you're choosing your whole future.
Yeah, definitely a lot to think about.
But don't worry, we're going to break it all down today and make sure you have all the info to make a good choice. So today we're looking at this report called the Skills Barometer 2023-33 for Northern Ireland. It's pretty in-depth, but thankful.
I've already read through all of it,
Oh, thank goodness for that.
crunched all the numbers, and yeah, we're going to lay it all out for you.
Okay, perfect. So what is our mission for this deep dive today?
Okay, so we want you to understand which GCSEs are in high demand in Northern Ireland. We want to connect them to jobs you could have in the future and see what employers really value, beyond just grades.
Okay, so this isn't just about telling people what to do. It's about giving them the tools and the knowledge they need to make a good choice for themselves.
Exactly. Give you the knowledge and power to make the best choice for you.
Okay, so the Skills Barometer report is basically like predicting the future of jobs.
Yeah, kind
Yeah, that
of.
sounds pretty cool.
It uses economic modeling to forecast which jobs will grow, which will shrink, and what skills people will need to get those roles. It's not just about university degrees, it covers everything from GCSEs to postgraduate qualifications.
Wow, okay, so it really gives you the whole picture.
Exactly.
Now, I know you mentioned there are two different scenarios in the report, baseline and high growth.
Yeah, so for today, we're going to focus on the high growth scenario. That's where Northern Ireland is hitting its economic targets, and we like to be optimistic here.
Exactly, let's be positive,
Yeah.
right? So in this optimistic vision of Northern Ireland's future, what are employers actually looking for?
So you might be surprised to hear this.
Okay.
It's not all about grades. The report found that 68% of employers ranked attitude and aptitude as the most important factor when hiring graduates.
Oh, wow, so more than grades.
Yeah.
Okay, so what exactly does attitude and aptitude mean?
It basically means like being enthusiastic, willing to learn, having a good work ethic, taking initiative,
Yeah.
basically showing that you're eager to contribute and grow even if you don't have all the answers yet.
Okay, so basically they want someone who's motivated and ready to learn, not just someone who got all career. As
Yeah.
exactly.
Excellent.
What came in second place?
Second place was skills and competencies that are developed outside of academics, so 55%.
Oh, so extracurriculars, all that stuff is actually important.
Yeah, it really shines through.
Okay. What about work experience? I bet that's up there.
Yeah, 42% of employers said that work experience was a really important factor. Even if you're not sure what you want to do for a career, any job shows that you're reliable and you can follow through on commitments.
Okay, so it's not just about being a bookworm. It's about being well-rounded and having some experience in the real world.
Exactly.
Now, how did GCSEs fit into all of this?
Okay, so GCSEs matter because they can open or close doors to further study and training. They lead to A-levels, then university degrees, which then lead to different career paths.
So choosing the right GCSEs is really important.
Yeah, think of them as like the first rung on a ladder.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, I know the report talks about this thing called the RQF system, which sounds kind of complicated.
Yeah, it sounds a bit intimidating, but it's actually pretty simple. It's just a way of measuring the level of knowledge and skills required for different qualifications. GCSEs are level 2, A-levels are level 3, university degrees are levels 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, okay, so it's basically like a ranking system.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Now, this report actually pinpoints some subjects where there will be more jobs than qualified people, and vice versa. I think that's super helpful for our listeners to know.
Exactly, and that's what we're going to jump into next. We're going to start with the good news, the subjects that are in high demand in Northern Ireland.
Okay, let's do it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So at the degree level, subjects allied to medicine are at the top of the list. We're talking nursing, healthcare science, anything related to health.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it sounds like if you're interested in science and you want to help people,
Yeah.
a career in healthcare is a pretty good bet in Northern Ireland. Would that mean GCSEs, like
Yeah.
biology, chemistry, physics? Those would be good.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are the foundation for a healthcare pathway. They can lead to A-levels in those subjects and then a degree in a health-related field.
Okay, so you kind of take those GCSEs and you use those as a stepping stone to the next level?
Exactly.
What about other in-demand areas outside of healthcare?
Computing is another huge one, particularly computer science at the degree level.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The digital world is only getting bigger, and we need people who can code, who can problem solve,
Yeah.
and think critically about technology.
So for anyone listening who loves math computers, figuring out how things work, those GCSEs like maths, computer science, Maybe even physics would be good?
Yeah, those are all great starting points.
Okay, perfect.
Now, let's not forget about those who might not want to go to university.
Yeah.
At the subdegree level, those healthcare-related fields are still winners.
Okay.
Lots of opportunity for those with the right qualifications.
So even if you don't want to go to uni, you can still have a great career in healthcare.
Exactly.
What subjects would you recommend at GCSE level for that?
So subjects like health and social care, or even business studies, could be a good foundation for further training or vocational qualifications.
Okay, so lots of different options.
Yeah.
Are there any other promising areas at that subdegree level?
Business management is another strong contender, covers a wide range of areas.
Oh, okay.
Finance, marketing, operations,
So it's pretty versatile.
very versatile.
Good choice. So for someone who likes the business world but maybe isn't sure exactly what they want to do,
Yeah,
that would be a good one.
exactly.
What GCSEs would set someone up for success in that field?
Business studies maths, and believe it or not, English is also very relevant.
Okay, so it's not just about the numbers.
Nope.
You got to be able to write and communicate as well.
Communication is key.
Yeah. Now remember, GCSEs are just one piece of the puzzle.
Right.
We've talked about how important soft skills and experience are.
Definitely.
It's not just about what you know, but how you apply it and who you are as a person.
Exactly. All those skills like communication, teamwork, problem solving, those are developed through experiences outside the classroom. Extracurriculars, hobbies, volunteering, part-time jobs.
So it's all about being well-rounded, not just acing those exams.
Yeah.
I think this is really helpful information, but I bet there's even more to consider when making these choices.
Yeah, there's a bit more to unpack.
Okay, what else does the report say? Okay, so we've talked about what to study, but the report also mentions where you study, especially for university.
Yeah, location really does matter. The Skills Barometer found that Northern Ireland has a really high retention rate for its own graduates.
Oh, interesting.
So people who study here tend to stay here and work here.
So if you want to build your career in Northern Ireland, going to uni here could give you like a head start. You'd be building your network, getting to know the job market. You might even just fall in love with Northern Ireland and want to stay.
Exactly. But there is another side to that. Northern Ireland actually attracts fewer students from other parts of the UK. So if you study somewhere else, you're more likely to end up working in that area.
So it's almost like wherever you plant that seed, your career is more likely to grow there.
Yeah, good way to think about it.
Okay, so location is definitely something to keep in mind. Now, we talked about work experience, but what about after you graduate? Is that something GCSE students should be thinking about now?
Yeah, definitely. The world of work is constantly changing. Lifelong learning is becoming more and more important.
Okay, so it's not like you graduate, get a job, you're set.
Yeah.
You've got to keep learning and growing.
Exactly. Employers need people who are adaptable, curious, and always willing to learn new things.
Okay, so what can our listener do now to prepare for that while they're still choosing their GCSEs?
It's all about developing a mindset of curiosity and willingness to kind of embrace new challenges. It's not just about memorizing facts for an exam. It's about learn how to think critically, how to apply that knowledge in the real world.
Makes sense.
Those are skills that'll be valuable no matter what path you choose.
Okay, so it's kind of like thinking about the bigger picture,
Yeah.
not just focusing on the GCSEs themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Now let's come back to those soft skills. We've touched on them throughout this deep dive, but the report really hammers home how much employers value those qualities.
Yeah, it really can't be overstated. Communication, teamwork, problem-solving, adaptability, all the things that aren't always taught in textbooks, but are so important for success in any job.
And 68% of employers said that attitude and aptitude were the most important things they look for in a graduate,
Exactly.
even more than grades or a perfect CV.
They want someone who is enthusiastic, motivated, a team player, a good communicator, problem solver, all of that.
So GCSEs are important, but they're just one piece of the puzzle. You've got to have those soft skills as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this has been such an insightful deep dive. I feel like we've covered so much.
Yeah, that's a lot to process.
From the changing job market to in-demand subjects, the importance of location, lifelong learning, and those essential soft skills.
Yeah, it's a lot, but you don't need to figure everything out right now.
That's true.
This is just to give you the info you need to make a good decision about your GCSEs and your future.
Exactly. This is just the beginning of your journey. You've already taken a huge step by being here and learning all of this. So give yourselves a pat on the back. We know you're going to do great things.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question. Based on everything you've learned today, are there any GCSE subjects you hadn't considered before? that might connect to those high-demand fields in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, maybe there's something out there that really sparks your interest, that you didn't even realize could lead to a great career.
You never know.
Well said. Congratulations on completing your GCSE Deep Dive Bootcamp. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next one.